Hi, my name is Emily, and today's yoga class is 20 minutes to a healthy immune system. So we'll be practicing a series of side bends, twists, forward folds, and inversions, all designed to help stimulate the lymphatic system, which is the key underlying factor in our healthy immunity. We'll also be working on strengthening our nervous system so that we're better able to manage the stress that we encounter on a daily basis. So we'll start standing. So go ahead and stand up, and we'll come to the top of our mat. Let's roll the shoulders a few times, just preparing the shoulders, preparing the spine, and try to move in time with the movement in your shoulders. So as you breathe in, you're rolling your shoulders up to your ears. And as you breathe out, your shoulders then slide down your back. And then let's take our arms, we'll reach them up to the sky, inhaling the arms all the way overhead, firming down through the strong legs. Exhale, let's fold over our legs, maybe bringing your hands onto your shins, maybe onto a block, or possibly onto the floor. It's up to you. But find a position where your body is relatively comfortable. Shake your head yes and no a couple of times. And then go into a nice deep breath cycle. So slow breath in through the nose, out through the nose. And then we're going to take our right foot and step it long to the back of your mat. And as you step back, finding this high lunge position, try to press back through the heels so you get a nice long extension all the way through the length of your back leg. And then with control, we'll step our opposite foot back, so both feet together, extending through the chest, and then exhale, lowering all the way to your belly. Inhale, we'll work into a sphinx, or maybe into a cobra posture. Now as we extend our heart forward here, pressing into the hands, begin a nice deep breath cycle in through the nose, out also through the nose. Feeling the rib cage moving as the lungs expand and contract. And then release, coming all the way down to your belly. Go back into a child's pose. So as we extend through child's pose, reaching the arms long overhead, grounding into the fingers, relax your neck, relax your forehead, and let all of the rays of your mind's attention come into your body and focus on moving entirely with your breath. So inhale, let's come into our hands and knees position, then we'll tuck our toes, lift the hips up, into downward facing dog. So for our first dog, let's pedal our feet. So as we pedal the feet, shifting the weight from side to side, feeling any tension in the back of the leg, becoming a little less reactive as we move. Maybe even getting those shoulders involved, a little pressing through the shoulders. And then looking forward to the top of your mat, we're going to step forward with our right foot and then the left foot. Again, you can bring your hands back onto your block. Lift halfway. So a long lengthening of the spine from the tailbone all the way through the crown of your head. Strong core belly muscles here. Hands to the hips. Inhale, come all the way up into standing. You can stay facing forward. I'm going to turn so I face you. Inhale, our arms will reach up, extend, and then side bending here, bringing the right hand down as the left arm reaches over. Not only are we extending to the wall, but up toward the sky. So ribs reaching to the sky, and then hand down, do the other side. Get super long, so it's not only your arm that lifts, but your whole side body. And then crescent. And as we reach in crescent, we're breathing. You might find there's a little pulse there. Just kind of pulsing with your breath. Inhale, let's come back up. We'll lift up again through the rib cage. And then again, let's forward fold. So you might notice the second forward fold a little easier in the hamstrings than the first one. So we're starting to get a little warmer. Also, those side body openings really help the flexibility all throughout the body, not just in the sides. Now let's take the other leg. So the left leg is going to step to the back of the mat. Again, in this high lunge position, press back through the heel so you get through the whole length of your leg. And then we're going to step back with the right leg so the legs can come together into a high plank, pressing strong arms, squeezing through your belly. Hips are slightly piked. And then exhale, like you're lowering through a push-up to your belly. And then we'll lift again into a Sphinx, Cobra, maybe even an up dog if you're wanting to practice that posture. And then as we press into the hands, drawing the chest forward, as you isometrically pull the arms back, feeling a little bit of squeeze there around the kidneys and the adrenals. Go into a nice long breath cycle. So the inhale and the exhale match each other in the length and depth. Exhale, release, come back down, go back to your child's pose, hips back as heart comes forward. Feel the length from the hips all the way through the sides of your waist, up under the armpits, all the way out through the elbows to your palms. And then inhale, hands and knees, tuck the toes, lift the knees up and then back. That again, downward facing dog. So to give you some options, you either again stay just pressing with your feet, so one foot and then the other, shifting the weight, or if you prefer, you can pick up one right leg to the sky, 3-point dog split. Play there for a moment, and then you can do the other side, lifting the left leg up. Again, 3-point dog split. And then we'll release. We're going to step the left foot forward, again between the hands, back to your high lunge, meeting with your right foot to the top of the mat, forward fold. Again, maybe your hands come to your block. Find your breath. Hands to the hips, inhale, stand. So for our first round of special breathing, we're going to do Kapalabhati, which means skull shining breath. And it all comes right here from the belly. So we're going to do rapid exhales through the nose, pumping at the belly. So there will be a tutorial on this. If you're unsure, check out the tutorial. Okay, so here we go. We'll do about 20 rounds. So you'll take a deep breath in and then begin. Inhale. Exhale through the mouth. And now that we know what we're doing, let's do it again. We'll do 20 more. Inhale. And then begin pumping. Inhale. Exhale through the mouth. And then back to your normal breath. Notice how invigorating that is. Feeling lots of good energy. All right, so here we go. Next flow. Inhale, arms reach up to the sky. Exhale again, let's fold over our legs, coming back into the forward bend. We're gonna bend the knees at 90 degrees here. So as we bend our knees, coming into a chair, inhaling the arms up toward the sky. So in this chair, my knees are about hips width apart. So you can practice with the knees together or hips width, totally up to you, whichever you prefer. So as we're here stimulating the legs, inhale, then let's stand up all the way, lifting up onto the tiptoes. Try to keep the balance. And then as you sit your hips back, lower the heels back to the floor. And then inhale, lifting the chest away from the pelvis. And then release, exhale, We'll come up, stand all the way, lifting up off the tiptoes, onto the tiptoes, off of the heels. And then last time, have a seat, lift. Now we're going to twist. So if your knees are at hips width, go ahead and step your knees together, lift up through the heart, and then revolve the shoulders over, bringing the left elbow to the outside of the right knee. Palming your hands together, extending long. And before you look up toward the sky or look up past your top shoulder, make sure you twist from the low rib area. So at the base of the ribs, not over twisting the neck or the head. Nice deep breath here. Inhale. And then if you're okay stepping back in one movement, we're going to lift up the left leg and then step into a high lunge with a prayer twist. Now if that seems like it's too much in one movement, just undo your twist, step back, and then you can return into the prayer twist. So 2 variations, pick which works in your body. Inhale, exhale. And then we're going to release the hands down. Bring your left hand to the inside of your right foot. Heel toe your right foot over a foot or two toward the edge of the mat. And we're going to do a pigeon opening for the hip while in lunge. So we're going to press the hand to the inside of the knee and then open the hip, the right hip. So I'm more on the blade of my foot. The inner blade of the foot is lifted off the floor. Stay extending long. Try not to collapse too deeply in your left hip here. And then let's release. We'll heel toe the foot back in. Return your hand down to the floor. And then inhale, come up, high lunge. You might have to shorten your stance. Let's find eagle arms. So we're going to bring the right arm out in front and then wrap the left underneath of the right. Lifting your arms to the sky. Firm the back leg so it's helpful. It's helping the front leg. Firm the upper body. Exhale, we'll lower down. And then inhale, let's come up. Lifting through the chest. 2 more of these, so firm your legs. Hard work, but you can do it. Exhale down. Inhale. Let's come up. 1 more time. Exhale. Lower. Getting very strong. Inhale. We'll lift. Release your arms. Bring them out to the side so that they're helpful with the balance. And then step to the top of your mat, bringing your back leg, your left leg up to your chest. And then we're going to switch legs. So drop the left leg, pick up your right leg, and then do full eagle. So wrapping the right toes around the left ankle. Again, we'll bring our arms into eagle arms. Lifting the chest, hips going back. If you need to lower your toes, that's fine also. Now inhale, bring your knee back up into the chest. Now get really strong here. We're going to extend the leg back, working into warrior 3. So these balance is so good. You're probably getting a little bit of heat building. That's good. Extend the arms. And then we're going to open up here into half moon. So if your block is still there, maybe bring your hand to your block. Open your right hip so it stacks on top of your left. And re-extend the arm to the sky. You can bring your hand to the floor if you like. Nice breath. All right, now let's release. We're going back into warrior 2. So I like to transition with bent knees. So bend the knees, extend the back leg, cartwheel the arms around, warrior 2. Breathe, sinking the hips, gazing out over the top arm. Let's exalt, exalted warrior 2. As the hip descends, the ribs rise, and then cartwheel over, triangle pose. practice our triangle. All directions reaching outward. Big breathing. Inhale, let's come up. Cartwheel the arms down. Step back into plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog or maybe cobra, either is fine. An up dog, the hips are actually lifted off the floor. Exhale, we'll go back, downward facing dog. Again, let's pedal. Breathe, and then we'll look between the hands. We can step, or maybe this time we hop to the top of the mat. Nice and light, forward fold, and then reverse swan, reaching up, heart to the sky. Exhale, sit down, chair pose. So as we sit into chair, let's rock the feet a few times on this one. Hips back, chest up. Exhale, stand all the way up, lifting off the heels. Sit back again, maybe a little more deeply. Inhale, let's come up all the way, lift. Feel the legs getting stronger, have a seat. All right, and then we're gonna step the legs together, just like we did on the first side. Extend, and then we're gonna rotate into prayer twist, other side. So for me, it's my right elbow to my left knee, extending the heart, not being in a hurry to look up over the shoulder, finding more spinal twisting before I move the neck. Back to your nice deep breathing. All right, now we're going to pick up the right leg with control. Step to the back of your mat. Remember, you can unwind first before you step. Breathe, prayer twist, and then hand comes down. Both hands come down, grounding your right hand to the inside of your left foot. We're going to heel toe the left foot wider, maybe a little bit wider than the edge of the mat even. And then left hand to the inside of the knee. So you're on the blade of the foot. The inner blade is lifted, giving that nice deep external rotation, just like pigeon pose. So this is pigeon posture from a lunge position. All right, and then let's release. We're going to heel toe walk the foot back in. As we come back in, we'll bring the hands to the hips. Stand up, lift up through the chest. We're going to bring the left arm out and then swing the right up underneath, elbows to the sky. Lowering the hips. All right, now this is where we have to firm down through the legs, get lots of strength, mental strength, physical strength. Lower. Inhale, let's lift. 2 more. Exhale. Lower. Inhale, lift. Last time, exhale, lower. Inhale, we'll lift. And then let's take our arms wide. So we're going to use them for balance. Step to the top of your mat. Bring your right knee into the chest. And then switch your legs. So we'll ground the right leg, pick up the left leg, and then wrap around into Garudasana, eagle pose. And then maybe the arms join. Just kind of keep track of which elbow goes on top. Breathe. Again, the toes can rest down if you'd like that variation. And then let's stand up. Really strong with all these balancing postures back to warrior 3. Again, I like to transition with bent knees and then straighten. Arms wide. And then we're going to open into half moon balance. So again, you can use the block or not. Nice and long, using the top arm to help stabilize. Both legs super strong. Breathe. Now let's release back into warrior two. So as the back foot comes down, cartwheel your arms up and around. Extend the chest up as the hips descend toward the floor. Super strong. Open into exalted warrior. Lifting your ribs up, hips go down. Breathe. And then cartwheel the arms around, triangle pose. Hand to the ankle or a block, or up on the shin, or the upper thigh. Anywhere is fine. Just practice within your bodies means breathe. Inhale, lift up. As we lift, now cartwheel all the way back down. Returning into that high lunge, which steps you back into your plank. Strong plank. Last time, exhale, chaturanga. Up dog, or maybe cobra pose. Big breath there. So lots of space for those lungs. And then let's press the hips back. Child's pose. And then we're going to come up, sitting onto Virasana Hero's pose, hands onto the belly, last round of Kapalabhati. So we'll do 22 rounds of 20 again. So inhale first, and then when you're ready, inhale. Exhale through the mouth. And this is our last round, and try to let it all come from the low belly, not jumping the shoulders. So shoulders stay even and grounded or settled. All right, inhale. Last round of 20. Here we go. Inhale. Exhale. And then let's sit back over our heels, and we'll finish with a nice deep twist. So extend the leg. Let's step our left foot over top of the right and bring the right foot around by your left hip. If that bothers your knee, just keep that leg extended. Breathe in, super long spine. And then we'll rotate into our twist. Maybe you elbow the outside of the knee, or you can hug the knee on the inside. Let's swing the arm around and use the back fingers as leverage. So using them to help spin the low spine or the low ribs. So you're twisting primarily where you're at the base of the rib cage, right around the T12 junction. Breathe here, several deep breaths. Feel how the spine naturally elongates when you inhale. Feel how when you squeeze the navel in and up on the exhale, it presses all of that air out of your lungs. So there's fresh flow with each new breath. And now let's come back into center. Release between sides. Let's do a Navasana boat so we get nice and long. Spine, legs, maybe hold on to your legs. Doesn't matter. 3, 2, and then 1. Release. To the other side, so we're going to bring your right foot over by the left hip. Did that side already. Sorry. So let's extend the left leg out. Step your right foot over, and then bring your left foot over by your right hip. Try to settle your right hip back down onto the floor. Use the arms pressing down to the knee to extend up through the spine. And then exhale, we'll twist. And again, you can either hook the elbow on the outside of the knee, or maybe you hook it on the inside. It's up to you. It is nice to extend your arm up and get a nice big rotation though, just so you get all of that range of mobility that's available. Several deep breaths. So how your lymphatic fluid moves through your body is through compression and contraction, muscle contraction in your body's movements. So it doesn't have a pump of its own. So it relies on your movements to move throughout your body. And then let's release. As we release, we'll come back into center, ground both feet, lift up through the chest, long spine, and then let's come all the way onto the back. Hug the knees in. We'll rock. And then we'll bring our feet down into Baddha Konasana, reclined Baddha Konasana, allowing the knees to drop open. And bring your, let's say, the left hand to the belly and the right hand to the center of the heart. Practicing a 3-part breath here. Let's inhale first to the left hand, to the right hand, up underneath the ribs. Exhale from the right hand back to your left. And just release your hands out to the sides. Continuing with that 3-part breath to the belly, to your rib cage, and up under the collarbones. And exhale, and reverse. And if you have more time, then stay here, practicing your 3-part breath, mindfulness. And when you're ready to finish, you'll come back into your seat. Return your hands to the knees. And observe how you feel after this short 20-minute practice. Improving your immune system by strengthening the nervous system and stimulating the lymphatic systems. Bring your hands to your heart and bow to yourself. Namaste.